How do you think it's going to go this weekend, though, against some good pitching in Minnesota?
I think I'm going to go in with the same approach, keep it simple, see the ball, trust my preparation. That's our keys.
Courtney said the scouting report on them was a little skimpy at this point. We're quite sure what they brought, but do you know much about Minnesota?
We know that they have a few pitchers that all, their strengths are all kind of different. So luckily we have two of the best pitchers in the country throwing at us every day. So we usually feel pretty prepared by the time we get to the weekend.
Coach talked about the experience you've had facing a lot of different pitchers over the course of the season too, and how you can fall back on that. You mentioned playing James Madison, games that are well back in your memory banks. Can you still fall back on games like that? Do you have to go back to film in order to figure out what to take from those games, or do you remember it well enough to put it to use this weekend?
She was the JMU pitcher was pretty good, and I definitely remember my at-bats against her. So, but it definitely helps to look back at film and see exactly where she was spotting her pitches and how she got me out. So, but yeah, I remember. You remember certain pitchers that had good strengths and worked to your weaknesses and got you out on good pitches.
You guys saw the same situation last year, Big Ten champions coming in here to your home. Any worries that history will repeat itself?
We don't really try and think about, that while we're playing, as long as we just keep playing one pitch at a time, you can't really have anything on your mind besides the game while you're playing the game.
When you look at their pitching and try to scout them, can you do it by video, or sometimes do you have to actually see some of the pitches in person before you can really get there?
I think something that's important is watching film, but then also getting into the game and feeling fresh, not overthinking too much about what they're going to throw you or what you saw on film, what she threw a similar batter to you. So it's just, keeping tools and resources in the back of your head. And if we get to a place where we feel like maybe we're struggling or we aren't putting the ball in play well enough, then we can fall back on our resources. But, overall, we have good bats, so we just got to trust that we can hit any pitching.
So scouting is more just to see what they throw and kind of what situations they go with it?
Right, and we see, what's her go-to pitch? What does she throw in a 3-0 count? What does she throw in a 2-0 count? So that's all valuable information.
Everyone's goal is to be playing their best ball, heading towards the College World Series. With the way you guys kind of swept through last weekend, do you feel like you're at least in that direction, like you're headed towards that, or are you playing your best ball right now?
Yeah, we talked about it in our weekly sports psychology meeting, how last year we kind of felt like overconfident. We kind of listened to the noise outside. Everybody was expecting us to beat Nebraska easily. This year we're more just focused on ourselves, and we're not really paying attention to who we're playing. We just know that if we play our game, we can seriously beat anybody in the country.
Coach White said that this team, like you said, was peaking. What about on the field is making you guys peak at this point? Can the pitching get that much better? Can the hitting get that much better?
I think, this game is so great because you can always get better. Even she's hitting like 490. I'm sure in her mind she still has things that she's working on, and I think that's something that makes us great as a team, is that all of us are always working hard individually. So I think that's what's so beautiful about this sport, is that you can always improve no matter what.
You've been around this program for a while. What do you remember about Coach Alistair?
She was one of the coaches that recruited me, but I never was coached by her. But she is a really smart coach, and it's just amazing where she's taken this program in such a short time. So, we got to give her credit for that. She's definitely a good coach.
Odd to face her?
Yeah, I didn't really have that good relationship with her, but she's a really nice girl, and she just she knows a lot about the game, and she knows a lot about what she's looking for. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. And we also have a transfer. She was in my class, and she transferred to Minnesota last year. So it's going to be fun to see her again. So.
With them being in their first regional, or super regional, when you look back at your first super regional, was there any extra nerve there, or how did you feel going into that?
My first super regional was really intense and exciting. It was our Texas series 2 years ago, and that is probably one of the most memorable series in my mind when I think about my college career. So it's always a fun time of the year, and everybody starts kind of paying attention to softball, so it's pretty fun.
If you put yourself in their shoes, then do you think there's more of a nerve rush or more of an adrenaline rush when they're coming in here?
I think there's definitely adrenaline, and I think that people play their best games in these types of games, and you can never take anybody lightly.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.